The Vampire Stream. The Vampire Stream. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego on the Vampire Stream. Ooh, boxing's getting good. It's getting real good on the Vampire Stream. I figured I had a Vampire Stream in me. Let's jump into it. Smash the like button. I got an interesting proposition, interesting question. I don't even have the question answered, but I will pose the question. Listen, Andy Ruiz really went out there and shook shit up. He really did that. Shout out to him. Nobody believed in him except for me, a few other people. He went out and changed his whole world, changed the heavyweight landscape. See, you got to understand too, this ain't a Jermell Charlo versus Tony Harrison, because different people felt different ways about that fight. I was at the fight. This was irrefutable, undeniable. There was no question as to who won or if they should have won. There were no premature stoppages, no controversy. You had a 6'6" behemoth who was concussed. Andy Ruiz did that. Now we're here to talk about it on the Vampire Stream. So I got an interesting question, and I talked about this, but I wanted to make a video about it. I told you throughout the camp, it seemed like Team Joshua, well, we'll say Anthony Joshua, was underestimating Ruiz. You know, it's fair to say that. But I predicted this. Joshua riding around with the green do-rag, doing tour video. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, again, I've seen fighters maybe have someone in camp and they just doing what they normally would be doing in their training, training routine or regimen. Joshua didn't do that. He was like hosting a vlog. You know what I'm saying? That takes a different level because there's not an ounce of sweat on you. You know, it's not like you just finished working out and you're like, yeah, let's take a tour of the gym. And he was breathing hard. There was no drop of sweat on Anthony Joshua. And he's like, yeah, welcome to my humble abode, you know, MTV Cribs. So he's in Miami, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of weird. This whole feeling weird. I said, Wilder went viral 2 weeks ago with Brazil. If Joshua goes viral, it might be for a whole different reason, a negative reason. Boom, I was right. Boom, he underestimated him. But I think Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearns, they got a little too big for their britches. Oh, shit. Damn, someone got clapped already. Why won't they leave us alone, bro? Go to old media. That's where they want you. Listen, trust me. If y'all seen this month's paycheck, we don't need the help. We good. Go help old media. They're the one. We already got the ark, you know, like Noah. We already building the ship. We ready to, you know, we've been sailing and shit. Go help old media. They need your view more than we do over here. They mad at Andy. He said, real brother said they mad at Andy Ruiz and you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They mad at me and Snickers and shit. Go that away. Go talk that dumb shit where you're wanted, you know, on old media. We here to talk real boxing. Anyway, I can't let them distract from what we trying to do. We just watch, see Eagle Army watching old media ship sinking. It didn't have to be this way for them, but they kept at it. But anyway, I told you, in my opinion, Joshua was sleeping on AJ, which is why I made this 7 reasons video and said, y'all are sleeping on Andy Ruiz. Underestimation. Told you that. It can get anybody. You're not thinking, you know, you looking at this man, he look like he's 6'1". He don't even look 6'2" that he's listed at. To me, I'm tall. I know for a fact I'm taller than Andy Ruiz. They say he's 6'2". He don't look that big to me, you know. But he's a good fighter. He got some weight to it, right? Anyway, Joshua's team underestimated him. Now, the interesting thing is this. Let's jump into it. The interesting thing for me is this, the battle of the pins. Now we're going to see how tight Matchroom, Rematch Room's game is. We're going to see how tight your game is, that penmanship. Because you got to look at it like this. If you didn't anticipate losing to this guy, they are on record saying we thought Joshua would lose. This is their words. This is Adam Smith of Sky Sports. He says, we always thought Joshua would lose and probably bounce back, but we didn't think it'd be against Andy Ruiz. And Eddie Hearn said he didn't think he would lose either. They thought, Andy Ruiz will hold a good account of himself. He's tough, but then Joshua will get through it. They were wrong. So we're going to see how tight their game is, because you got to look at it like this. If you didn't expect to lose, how detailed are you going to be in your contract? Now, of course, you're going to have the basics, if you want a rematch clause, that's an easy kind of grant that, that's something that's like when you go buy a car at the dealership, they start you off with a fresh tank of gas, start you off on full, so that's pretty customary. You go to rent a car, they start you off with a full tank of gas, that's pretty customary. So the rematch clause, that doesn't take like extra brain power to think of that. That don't take that. So, it's funny that Joshua, kind of what he said, is now he's in the position to where we're going to see. And what I'm talking about is this. Anthony Joshua says a loss shouldn't define you, blah, blah, blah. Now we're going to see if this loss defines you. So Joshua kind of put certain things out there, and now we're going to see. He said a loss shouldn't define my career. We're going to see if this loss defines your career in the immediate rematch. Another thing Joshua said is, devil in the details, which is the reason for this video. The devil in the details. Since he was talking about the devil in the details, now when the fight is announced, we are going to find out how secure that contract was, because Al Heyman has some of the best people in boxing that know their shit to be able to review the contract, to know exactly what the stipulations are. That, we knew there was a rematch clause, which again, that's pretty customary for an A-list, champion. But one of the questions that you guys see in the title shot, we're going to find out over time, what U.S. broadcaster will get this fight? This is huge. Dazn is a brand new company. They keep saying pay-per-view is dead and won't. This is the thing. Nobody outside of people like me and maybe a few other people expected this fight to be a tough fight or a good fight. So the first one, we know it didn't, per Eddie Hearns, didn't surpass Canelo Fielding or Canelo Jacobs. So people weren't checking for it. However, now in the rematch, since, Andy Ruiz Jr. has blown up overnight, and he's Mexican-American, and he's visiting Mexico, and he's riding for the culture. He's riding for Mexico, riding for Americans, right? He's a star now. He's doing the snicker thing, and now people know to check for the rematch, right? So, once again, I proposition you with this question. We're going to see how tight Eddie Hearn and Rematch Room, how tight their game is. If this fight is on a PBC affiliate network, Showtime or Fox, then this is crushing to Dazn. I repeat, crushing to Dazn, because Dazn is the one that is talking about pay-per-view is dead and, why bother with the hassle of pay-per-view. Now, this fight, they could actually put on a pay-per-view, just based on, how important it is. So, one, if it goes on like Showtime or Fox, that's one thing. But if it goes on Showtime or Fox pay-per-view, wow. I'm talking about for the U.S. I know Sky Sports is going to they have that. See, that's what I'm saying. I can imagine they have that already taken care of, because they have a deal with Sky Sports. However, Joshua was not signed to Dazn. He was not officially signed to DAZN, to my knowledge. Eddie said he could fight on Showtime. So it's going to be interesting to see if they have those provisions that stipulate that DAZN must do the rematch. Because DAZN, to my knowledge, and it's not really my knowledge, it's what Eddie said. He said we can make Tevin Farmer on another network versus Gervonta, and he says same thing with Anthony Joshua. Bro, if this goes on a PBC network, that's horrible. Because the first fight people weren't checking for. The rematch people were definitely going to check for because how the first one played off. Because so now you already gave him a heads up. If Al Heyman, man, that's a checkmate. That's a checkmate. They better hope and pray. And that's why there's a lot of pressure on Eddie Hearn. A lot of pressure because they didn't expect this to happen. And the thing is this. If you didn't expect to lose, did you cover your tracks? When I worked at Lowe's, we had a term. It's called pencil whipping. Pencil whipping, right? And it's a real word or a real phrase or whatever. We had certain things that like counts, inventory counts that we had to do, pretty routinely. They were called at the time cycle counts at Lowe's, right? And we also had these things called IRPs, to replenish the shelves, inventory replenishment products or some shit, right? And what happens is the store's so big and there's a lot of calamity and shit going on. Sometimes the managers didn't check. So what would happen is the people in the morning scan all the empty holes on the shelf, and it was up to the staffing in that department to bring down the product from the overheads and then put it on the shelf and replenish the shelf so the product is there. When it gets busy and stuff, it's already on there, on the ground, on the shelf for the customers to just pull off. So they don't have to wait for order pickers, cherry pickers to come and block off aisles and shit like that. So what would happen is sometimes people would get lazy knowing that the managers didn't always check, and they would lie and say yes, that they brought the product down and put on the shelf when they really didn't. They were just planning on doing it. Pencil whipping. So pencil whipping, the definition. Hold on, let me look up the definition. Pencil whip, verb, third person singular, simple, present. To approve a document without actually knowing or reviewing what it is that is being approved. So basically you're falsifying documents, right? So again, it's going to be interesting for this Joshua situation to see if they pencil whipped it or if they really got detailed in a fight they did not think they would or could lose. Did they specify those things? Because that is going to be brought out in negotiations. If I'm Al Heyman and they didn't specify the fight had to be on DAZN for the rematch, I'm putting it on my networks. Period. And that's going to be a huge blow because now people are looking forward to the rematch. And if they go on like Showtime or something, man, Eddie really dropped the ball there. And it's a chance that these things haven't been specified based on underestimation. It's a 5-week opponent. So you had to negotiate under duress. You're under a time crunch. So did you actually go like get real detailed with 5 weeks to hold on. Gerald Miller failed a drug test. You tried to negotiate with Luis Ortiz, you said, and you have 5 weeks to get this all wrapped up. So how detailed did you go with that pressure on you? And especially if you didn't expect to lose, did you go into full detail like the rematch must take place in the UK? This fight must be on DAZN for the U.S. broadcaster. If that spot is blank, oh my God. So it's going to be interesting, people. We're going to see how tight Eddie and Rematchroom's game is. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, Zai Jackson, thank you. If it's not on DAZN, I ain't paying pay per view, even though it's worth it. DAZN got me feeling like pay per view is me being robbed. Nobody give a fuck what you doing. Who are you, Luis? Nobody give a fuck what you talking about. Why? Why do people? Why do they come here just to say stupid shit like that? Like we know who Luis Cabrales is. Like we don't even. Who are you, bruh? He's. I'm not paying for the pay per view. Okay. What are we supposed to do? Shed a tear? Like what? Why did you say that? I don't give a fuck what you talking about. People will pay. Andy Ruiz is. He's in Mexico telling the children, "Hey, I got made fun of. I got picked on. You too can make a difference." And you talking about you one person ain't gonna apply. Yeah. I hate when people do that. I'm not buying Deontay Wilder's next fight. Like, who the fuck are you, bro? Like, this is Ego's army, bro. I cover the fights, so if I help promote a fight, it's not dependent. The success of an event is not just dependent on you. Silver American said Mexicans gonna pay for that pay-per-view for Ruiz. That's what I'm saying. Why wouldn't you support? And then Wilder fans are gonna pay for Wilder if it comes to that. Wilder and Ruiz, Joshua, just to see it. The people are gonna pay for that. Andy Ruiz inspired a nation. He telling us how cheap he is. We all going to the strip club and Luis is like, I'm not paying to see her shake her ass. Like, okay. We gonna have, scattered ass in front of us. You do whatever you want. You go to Pornhub. We going to the strip club. Fuck what you talking about. These motherfuckers, bro. I'm not paying for scantily clad women shaking that ass. I will not pay for that. I'm not paying for these promiscuous outfits. Man, fuck what you talking about, Luis. We out here, bro. We out. Oh my gosh, if this fight happened in L.A., Joshua finna. Oh my god, if he had a panic attack and this fight happened in L.A., bro, he gonna have a panic attack when he hear that Hispanic music come on. I'm telling you. Listen, if he had a panic attack in New York, and if this fight happened in L.A., when the Hispanic music come out. Bro, when he hears that, he's finna. He might not come out the locker room, bro. He go, oh my god. Oh my gosh, he not coming out the locker room. Like, bro, when he hears that, oh, I promise you, when he hears that laugh, my neighbors probably think I'm fucking crazy right now. Look at the windows. Oh, it's hot as a motherfucker. Bro, if it's in L.A., he might not come out that locker, bro. They finna have, oh my. Hey, bro, I'm trying to tell you how my state is, bro. Do you guys understand? This is like some Cali shit. Hello, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Y'all better hope this don't. Y'all better hope this don't go to L.A. Can y'all hear me? See, see, like, oh my gosh, bro. Remember that Pablo Francisco? He was like, see, like, oh my God, Joshua ain't coming out. I promise. He ain't finna come out when you hear the music. Oh my. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. I can't wait. I like this negotiation. This negotiation is meaningful. We gonna see what they put in the contract. We gonna have to see it now. Oh my gosh, Eddie Hearn, what have you done? What have you done, Eddie? This is crazy. This is crazy. We gonna see. We're gonna see how dope this contract is and what type of leverage they have. Mm-mm-mm. What y'all think? What network is gonna distribute this in the U.S.? What network gonna get this? Man, I can't wait. I'm so happy. Andy Ruiz done switched the whole game up. He switched the whole game up on y'all. Eddie, what have you done? Dazn, Fox. Andy Ruiz is low key a beat, man. Listen, I'm telling you how this Cali shit go. If this happened in LA, it's over. If it happened in LA, it's over. Andy Ruiz finna come out to he's finna come out to lighter shade of brown. Hold on, let me see if I can find that. Y'all remember that? Lighter shade of brown? Hold on. Oh fuck. What was that song? Sunday afternoon? Hold on, let me find this shit. Who remembers lighter shade of brown from back in the day? Kid Frost. How does that shit go? We were sitting at the front, just waiting for the sun to go down. It was me shining with the homie. A lot of ain't. Y'all don't remember that? Hey, it's about to go down. I'm telling y'all this shit. What the fuck was that shit called on Sunday? Man, Eddie Ruiz gonna have Cali turned up, bro. They gonna make them hot dogs in the front of the venue with the mayonnaise and the grilled onions and a pico de gallo. Wait till the hot dog stands come out. The portable joints. Them LA portable joints. Y'all didn't even know y'all could make hot dogs on a portable cart. And they be chefing and you can just smell it. When Anthony Joshua smelled them, can you smell it? When he smelled them hot dogs, bro, I don't know if he eat meat because he like a bodybuilder and shit. But when he smelled that grilled onions from the hot dog, bro, he gonna be spooked. That shit smells so good. Man, I'm about to buy an elote cart. You know what I'm saying? If they fight in LA, I'm gonna create like an elote stand for all the, Ego's army. We gonna have elote. We gonna have Anthony Joshua elote for sale. We gonna get it cracking all the way, the California way. They better hope this shit stay in New York or somewhere if it come to Cali. If this shit come to I'm about to get it. Bro, If this come to Cali, this is my time zone too. It's about to go down, bro. We finna have a ball. We finna have tamarindo. It's about to go down. He said Ruiz is gonna finna come out to Mr. Capote. Hey, it's finna be popping. I'm telling you. I told you what they should do. They should have a giant, like, venue size at the Staples, a venue size piñata, and fill it with Snickers. And then when Joshua was walking out, BOW! And then the piñata just explode open. There's Snickers raining everywhere, hitting old ladies in the head. And, oh shit, it's gonna be raining Snickers. I promise you. Have a giant piñata, and when Joshua's walking out, just explode this shit. Where Snickers is just snack pack, mini size, regular size candy bar, just tearing up the Staples Center. It's gonna be like a meteor shower of Snickers during Joshua's walkout. If he was spooked in New York, wait till the Snicker piñata pop and burst, and he walking out to oh shit, he gonna be oh shit, walking and see Snickers hitting old Mr. Magoo in the head. Oh shit, it's finna go crazy, bro. Y'all want some horchata, tamarindo, jarritos? What you want? I got it all, bro. If it comes to Cali, see. I'm finna be, hey, bro, this shit is finna be so lit. I can't wait. This California shit be too real. Like Pac said, it wouldn't be LA without Mexicans. It's finna be, oh my God, Eddie. To live or die in LA, where every day we try to fatten the pockets. Hey, it's finna be, bro. I'm gonna cover the fight in khakis. Fuck with you. I'm gonna wear some Cortezes and just be out here, bro. Hey, listen, I'm wearing some Cortezes. If this shit is in LA, I'm wearing Cortezes, bro, and khakis. I'm finna be out here, bro. And I'm buttoning my shit to the top. There's no stopping Ego's army. Joshua finna be spooked. We gonna have our shit buttoned to the top. Khakis done been creased up, and I'm gonna have them Cortezes. I'm gonna put them Nike Cortezes in, and Joshua gonna be like, "What the fuck? It's mad, man." I think you would have a ball at the, bro. If it fights in L.A., Ruiz in 6, bro. Man, Eddie can't do this. Don't do it. If he was scared in New York, because New York is New York, no disrespect to them, but on the West Coast, a fight like this with the love Andy Ruiz getting, I'm already knowing, bro. I'm already knowing it's finna be a different level. I mean, Andy Ruiz said he wanted in Mexico. That's just you trying to give Joshua like an aneurysm or something. If it happened in Mexico, come on, bro. He talking about Azteca Stadium. Hell no, Joshua. That's gonna be the ultimate panic attack. If it happened at Azteca Stadium holds like 100K. Hell no, bro. Joshua would be walking out like, hey, how you doing? Sup, fool? They finna be, LA ain't finna be shaking hands and smiling at him. They're gonna be like, what's up, fool? Hey, no, Leroy, I'm bilingual. There's a difference. Fuck out of here. That, bro. LA, they finna be with the shit, I'm telling you. And they just, this is why I like Povetkin, because he didn't have tats everywhere. He didn't have tattoos all over his body. That's why I like fighting against Povetkin, because he wasn't tatted the fuck up. Hey, LA gonna be all tatted. Blacks, Mexicans, they all gonna be tatted, bro. They all gonna be tatted, bro. That's why I like fighting Klitschko. He had no tattoos. He had no tattoos when I fought Klitschko. It's mad seeing all these tattoos, this ink in a condo. Bro, it's gonna be something crazy. Eddie better stop it. Because they don't understand the different, like, every place got different feels, you know. Like Cali feel different than New York. Like in Cali, we don't just got these big ass fucking marsupial rats with Timbs on and shit like they do in New York. I seen a rat with Timbs on, a gold chain, and a bubble goose in New York. I was like, what the fuck? And everybody in New York acted like the shit was regular. They was like just reading magazines on their phone. I'm like, y'all don't see this fucking big ass rat with the Peles on and the bubble goose? What the fuck? The rat, fuck you looking at? Dead ass. Oh shit, y'all rats talk and shit, bro. New York got some different level of rats, bro. They be like diesel rats. They be living in the subway. I'm just telling you, New York got some rats, bro. And like, I thought to me, I'm from Cali, you know, so I thought rats were like nocturnal. You know how like not New York is so like gully that nocturnal animals be waking up when the fuck they want. Like in Cali, if you're a nocturnal animal, then that's when you come out. Like if you're a raccoon, that's a nocturnal animal. So I've seen raccoons at night, but in New York, these motherfuckers be at the bodega and shit. Like nocturnal animals just be like, yo, what the fuck, you know? Crazy, man. I gotta get some Excedrin. This shit dead ass. I got a fucking headache, yo. Like what the fuck? Why is this rat in raccoon? You know, it'd be like some Guardians of the Galaxy shit. I am Groot. You see a raccoon, you see rats and shit at the bodega. I'm like, what the fuck? I thought y'all was nocturnal. You motherfuckers, nah, fuck that. I had to wake up. You know, the kids gave me a fucking headache. You know, I need to get this Excedrin dead ass. Oh shit. Like in Cali, if you nocturnal, our nocturnal animals come out at night like Batman. Y'all should be just chilling 12 p.m. sharp and shit. Lunchtime. Rats be out. They be in Central Park lifting weights and shit. Yeah, man. Hold on, 2 more. Like, damn, yeah. Buff ass rats and shit. New York got some gangster shit though, bro. I seen a bird, and I was, you know, you try to scare a regular bird gets scared. You try to scare one of them New York birds. They be having goatees and shit. Why the bird got a goatee and shit? Oh, my lineup is crispy, huh? But anyway, the bird be throwing up their wings and shit. Talking about Treyway and they got razors under their wings and shit. Hey, bro, what the fuck kind of bird is this? What bird is this? What species of bird is this? Got a fucking razor. Yeah, don't worry about that, son. I hit you with that $150. I got a $150 for you. Like, damn, they got birds trying to. I'll fly over there and give your ass a $150. Give your shit a $150. Like, damn, you gonna just fly on my shit and $150? Yeah, I'll give you that fucking Cincinnati bow tie. Fuck is you talking about? Oh shit, these some gangsta ass birds. Shit, I gotta get out of here. Man, New York is different. I'm telling you. There. My boy Pigeon hooks my face. That's why Joshua was spooked. He see one of them gangsta ass birds. Fuck is you looking at? Where the fuck you from? Threw them wings up. Joshua, oh shit, it's mad. We don't have birds like this back at home. It's mad. You know, I'm used to it. That's why I like Povetkin. He has a parrot. He has nice birdies. Hey, it's different in Cali and New York, bro. I'm telling you. LA ain't got no birds, bro. New York is. This is my. Hey, y'all ain't shit, bro. Y'all better stop. Stop with these comments. I'm just saying, man. It's a different element in different places. Y'all gotta stop. I'm trying not to look at the comments, but I keep seeing emojis and shit. Yeah, Joshua trying to reason with the bird. The bird trying to. trying to cut him and shit. He's like, Stotts and Fox. It's Stotts and Fox. Like, hey, there's no Stotts and Fox, man. LA got chupacabras. Oh, wow. Nah, man, New York's cool. But, like, even the women be like, the women will bust your ass. Like, women. Like, you try to grab a woman in New York, that shit crazy. She be like, suck my fucking dick, yo. Like, oh, shit. Hey, sweetheart. Man, get the fuck off me. Suck my fucking dick, you bitch ass. Oh, shit. Damn. You can't even Cosby nothing out in New York. Yeah. Would like to put in, hey, dead ass, you touch me again, motherfucker. Champion first sport and entertainment. Hashtag new me. You know what it is. Stotts and Fox, man. This mod. Word to mother. Yeah. But anyway, we're going to see how tight Eddie Hearn's game is with this contract. If this shit go on Showtime or Fox, then that's going to be an indication. And Eddie Ruiz played it smooth. He said, yeah, I'll fight the UK for $50 million. Oh, my gosh. Al Heyman is really out here. Somebody told him to say that, bro. They out here playing chess. Now Eddie Hearn, bro, you know what's funny about Eddie? Eddie, what have you done for me lately? Listen, you know, you know what's funny about Eddie? Eddie keep acting like Joshua still got all the power. Like, it's funny to me. Hold up. I don't know. Did y'all graduate? Like, honestly, it's cool. I'm not trying to judge, but did y'all graduate? He said you got a link to this news. What are you talking about? What news? What are you talking about? Man, I feel worried about the future, bro. This man said, do you have a link to this news? What on earth are you talking about? What news? What are you talking about? Come on, Tiger. What are you talking about, fella? Yeah, come on. Can I get a link? A link to what? What you want, a hot link? What the fuck link do you want? What are you talking about? You want a chain link? Cuban link? What kind of link you want? What are you talking about? Y'all just be saying whatever. Y'all got to learn to read, comprehend. Anyway, the funny thing is he said, don't mind him, ego. He on that flocka. Yeah, motherfuckers like, give me a link. Prove it. Prove what? I'm the boss. See, like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm the boss. See. Anyway, yeah, Eddie Hearn just keep doing interviews like they're in the driver's seat with everything. Oh yeah, we could have it in this stadium in the UK, this stadium, this state. Like, bro, are you in the position of power like right now? Like, Andy Ruiz is running around with them belts. Like, did y'all account for that in the contract? Listen, I'm going to make a video about this. Anthony Joshua might not be the same fighter. Anthony Joshua might let his loyalties ruin his career. Listen again. Anthony Joshua may let his loyalties ruin his career. I watched an interview with Lennox Lewis, and Lennox Lewis was dropping some gems. And Lennox Lewis is, just for the record, I hated Lennox Lewis growing up because I was a Mike Tyson fight. I was so happy. I just wanted to see Mike Tyson. I was for sure that he was going to beat Lennox Lewis, but then when they fought, Lennox hit him. I was a huge Mike Tyson. You know, that's my favorite fighter, him and Roy. So I didn't even like Lennox, but I grew to respect, and now I like him because I'm an adult. But when I was a kid, I didn't like Lennox. I didn't like that how he would do. I felt Lennox with all of the stuff he would say, and like in the interview, every time he was in the interview, I just felt he was proper. He was real proper, you know. I just thought Lennox was like proper and like like uppity and like, you know, it just, no, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. I just didn't like him. Probably because of Mike Tyson and shit, bro. I'm not a textbook fighter. I fight to win. Totally to win. Not right, left, jab. I fight to win. Like Mike Tyson was my guy. But I learned to really appreciate Lennox Lewis after, like when I, just started soaking up game and stuff. But I didn't even like Lennox Lewis as a kid, you know. So anyway, I'm just telling you just to show that I'm me of all people. I'm keeping it a buck. Like Lennox Lewis was not like a childhood favorite, and I'm just like, partial to him. I learned to respect. Here's another admission. I lived in Cali most of my life, so being that Tupac's my favorite, I like Biggie. I always liked Biggie. I didn't like Mobb Deep. I wasn't really fucking with Jay and Nas and shit like that, because Pac didn't like him. So when you're young, you just oh yeah, fuck that. But then later on, when you shit happens and you get older, you don't, you learn to appreciate. Now obviously I respect Hove and Nas and all that when I have a mind to think for myself and all that. But anyway, I wasn't a big Lennox Lewis fan at all because I like Mike Tyson so much. But going back in the history and getting older, like I respect the fuck out of him. Anyway, Lennox Lewis did a interview with the PBC, and he's basically saying, they asked him, they said, yo, you said he should leave his trainer. Why you say that? And he said, because you can't go to the university with your third grade teacher. Hey, block this motherfucker, bro. We can't let them come in and do, oh shit. James Souza with the clappage. So he said you can't go to university with your third grade teacher. That was his analogy. And he was basically saying, like, Rob McCracken and his current team have basically taken him to, they've trained him to the best of their abilities. And then he referenced his own career. Lennox Lewis said, even in my career, I started with Coach A. He taught me as much as he could, but then I had to, he told me, he was honest. He said, I don't really have anything else new to teach you, and he said he kind of handed me off to this coach, and then that guy told me some stuff, and then, I learned as much as I could with him. Then he went to this person. Then he got to Emmanuel Stewart, the late, great, rest in peace, Emmanuel Stewart. And then he said, now my style became a culmination of all these teachings. Like, he had all these proficient trainers. And then, like, obviously Emmanuel Stewart was probably the most world-class that he probably had. I mean, I don't know all of the coaches he ran through, but that's what it was. Right? So he said he developed a feeling for boxing, and that basically that he couldn't have had if he just stuck with one coach, because he would have never made it to Emmanuel Stewart. Joshua, like, I'm not even trying to be funny. I don't know how, like, Joshua, I don't know his, like, academic smart, street smart. Even his dad said smarten up. That's what I heard his dad said, smarten up. I really question Joshua's decision making. A lot of people do what's comfortable. It is funny to hear a boxer do what's comfortable. You get what I'm saying? Because the physical side, their training, nothing's comfortable about it. But people have mental comfortabilities. Like, oh, I'll just stay with this promoter because they've taken care of me. Like, even Terrence Crawford. I don't know his situation. If he loves it, he loves it. But realistically, all the fights that would make him a household name are probably on PBC. Something you got to consider, Even being a free agent, maybe do something like that. Work with Top Rank, like Mikey Garcia is doing. Mikey Garcia, ever since he got out of that lawsuit with Top Rank, he's not signed to Al Heyman. A lot of people don't know that. He's a free agent. He can go to DAZN if he wants, and don't really got to check in with anyone except for maybe his family, his brother, and his dad or something. But he's free agent. He's just been working with Al Heyman and being put on those cards. But anyway, keep your options open. Listen, that's why, listen to me. The way I'm doing this boxing shit hasn't really been done. The way I came up and the whole package It's in the lines of the Master P's, the E40s, the Nipsey Hustles. Bro, we are fully independent and self-sufficient. You know, nobody can strong arm us with you know, like a gag order. Like, it's a freedom of speech. We're not advocating nothing crazy. I'm not breaking any YouTube rules. I got my own footage. I don't, so I'm not breaking any copyright laws or anything like that. We have a community, people super chat, all this type of stuff. So I wouldn't change this for the world, because now doing it the independent hustle way takes longer. Hustle and motivate. They tend to follow my lead. They think I know the way. I'm not bound by anything. Like, if you're a photographer for whoever, PBC top rank, then you probably have to advocate for PBC or top rank, or whoever, Golden Boy, or, whatever. You can't be like impartial and stuff. You have to just kind of like some gangbanging shit, man. I talk boxing. I'm here to talk boxing, So for this to ever change, just know, if that ever changed, I'm getting cashed out, because I love my creative control, where I could just talk boxing freely. I don't have a boss like, hey, why'd you write that article? Hey, why'd you put out that video? I'm the boss. Young entrepreneur shit. But anyway, you gotta, man, if you can, start a small business where you the boss, where you can water the seeds and plant the seeds and shit, and then you have the creative control. And like Nip said, I'm the type to own my masters and shit. That type of thing is so much better. Like I said, like, even if someone was mad because I'm speaking the truth, I mean, what? I'm not gonna give you a credential. I mean, that's unfortunate, most unfortunate. I cover everybody's event with respect, stuff like that. You hurting your fighters more than you hurting me, because I could talk about it from home and make more money, So it hurts the fighters if promoters take stands, So if you guys can try your best to keep creative control in situations that you do. I'm a business magnate, straight up industrialist. I don't need the cosign or approval. I can wake up when I want, talk about what I want. Anywho, there's a lot going on with this Joshua situation. There's a lot. And I'm curious, really shakes up the division. I'm not just talking, I do music, and how hard you grind ego motivates me. I deliberately focus on you to stay motivated in a lot of ways. I get that a lot, and I appreciate you. We all channel into something. I got my people like Bruce Lee's and different people I look to, Tupac. Life is tough. You got to draw inspiration from somewhere. The only thing is, just don't copy. I hate when people copy. Be your own person. Don't try to be the next. I'm not saying you particularly. I'm just saying this is a blanket statement. Be the next you. Don't be the next person. Like, as much as I love Tupac or Bruce Lee or whoever, I'm not trying to be them. I'm just trying to be who I am. You know what I'm saying? I can respect and learn from their teachings and wisdom, but I'm not trying to. Like Tupac had tattoos. I don't have one tattoo on me. If I was really trying to be, I'll get a tattoo on my stomach. Do some shit like that. I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna get my nose pierced, because I don't have no piercing. Never had my ear pierced. Nothing. So be your own person. But anyway, yeah, man, boxing's in a good spot. Andy Ruiz really shook shit up, and the efficiency of the contract that they didn't expect to lose this fight is going to be imperative. If they let this fight get off the zone, that's a huge, huge hit. Hey, I don't know. I wasn't trying to laugh. Carl said AJ has Munchausen syndrome. Wow. Hey, it always reminds me of the Eminem line. He said, victim of Munchausen syndrome. Hit me up on Twitter, Ardmar. Send me a URL to your channel, and I'll look into it. But yeah, anyway, AJ's loyalties, that's what we were talking about. I think AJ's loyalties could, like, life, you got to be smart, man. AJ's loyalties could get him in trouble. Just trying to stay loyal for the sake of loyalty You know, it's not good. This is no diss to his team. I don't know anybody on his team. I don't know Rob McCracken or, you know, whoever, Firecracker, whoever these dudes are. I don't know none of them. But Lennox Lewis brought up some valid points. And if you think about it, did you really hear any like legendary advice in the Joshua Ruiz fight? Like, name some good corner. Like, I've seen corners. I'm not even trying to be rude. Joshua was talking. I've seen corners slap the shit out the fighter for less. They should have slapped him. Real talk. Because he's like, it's how are you staying focused and you're talking. You're doing the talking. Bro, sounds like he has some yes man in his corners and shit. It really does. How is Joshua talking more than the corner or the same amount? I've seen fighters get slapped for less. I forgot what Danny Garcia fight it was, but Angel Garcia, he slapped the shit out of Danny. He's like, damn it, Danny. I was like, oh shit. I remember when Lamont Peterson was trained by Barry Hunter, was fighting Deary Jean. Barry Hunter slapped the shit out of Lamont Peterson. I remember these things. Damn ego, that would have been his third concussion. Or it could have snapped him out. Maybe he was in a trance. Maybe the slap would have helped him. I don't know. I'm not talking about slap the fuck out of him like pimp slap him. You talking about some different shit, some Don Juan shit. Like, nah. Not no American pimp slap. But I'm just saying. You just like snap. He was breathing hella heavy. They didn't calm him down, bro. If anything, it kind of seemed like they incited him to stay at that elevate. You got to calm your fighter down. He was going through it. I think Emmanuel Stewart slapped Lennox in the Tyson fight. I don't remember if he slapped him, but he was going bad on him. He's like, what the fuck you doing? You got a dead man with power. You fucking around. You going to keep him alive. And this dead man going to knock you the fuck out. I was like, oh, shit. Bro, Emmanuel went ham. And Lennox Lewis was pretty much winning the fight. But he knew Tyson wasn't the same Tyson. And he knew Tyson was trying to gun something in there. And he has the power. That's the last thing to load. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? You got this fucking... See, I know my boxing. Emmanuel Stewart, rest in peace. God rest his soul. He was like, you got this fucking dead man. He was going bad on Lennox. So Lennox knows what the fuck he's talking about. Joshua in there with and Lennox said he had this guy that transferred him to a guy who's training him like European style. Bro, Joshua is with Rob McCracken. And then Lennox, he said something to the effect of Rob McCracken was like, he is a decent fighter. You know, he wasn't like a legendary fighter. You feel what I'm saying? He just had a decent record. I don't even know what Rob McCracken's record was. But anyway, Joshua is going to do what fighters do, stay loyal till it's too late. Bro, Mayweather told him, listen, when he met up at that thing in the UK and Mayweather was with him and they had people walking up, Mayweather said, hey, I'll help you with your defense. Holla at me. You think Joshua went to do it? Hell no, bro. He went to the Mayweather gym and probably didn't even work out. And they got heavyweights up there, bro. So Joshua, man, y'all don't understand fucking boxing, people. I'm trying to tell you. This man, Andy Ruiz, part of what makes him good is Manny Robles is his current trainer. But Andy Ruiz has been around. He trained in the top ranked gym. He trained with Freddie Roach before. And he trained with who else? Who else was Andy Ruiz with? I know it was Freddie Roach, Manny Robles as his current trainer. He was with somebody else too. He was with somebody else. I forgot. But anyway, I know he's at least Abel Sanchez. Thank you. I don't know why I was drawing the blank. That's what I'm saying. So he been around the fucking block, yo. He been around the block. So he got probably Abel gave him some game and, was talking about Mexican style or something. gave him little pieces. Freddie Rose, Andy Ruiz, he gave him some shit there. And whatever he's learning with Manny. And then just being in the top ranked gym, being in the amateurs. Sparred Evander Holyfield, he was like 22. That's what I'm saying. That's 3 world-class trainers. Exactly. That's 3 world-class trainers that we've seen bring fighters up. Freddie Roach with Pacquiao, obviously, Cotto. They did good work together. Abel and Golovkin, obviously, got Murat Gassiev to the finals. That's work. Manny Robles had Dominic Breazeale. They were winning together because he hadn't lost since the Joshua fight. Joshua is with the same dude, and see, Joshua is the type of person. I mean, I don't know him, but I gather he's the type of person that will hear me say what I'm saying and feel a type of way without listening to the message. He's the type to hear Lennox Lewis and be like, "Oh yeah, he's hating on me," and then try to spite him because the Lennox he tweeted out that he need to reconsider his team, and then a day later he did this. I'm keeping my team. All right, good luck with that. You know what I'm saying? So he did that vlog or whatever. My loss, the reason I lost, motherfucker. You don't need to do a vlog to show why you lost. We all seen why. That's what I'm saying. AJ his personality is not like relatable. He's like, someone said AJ RoboCop. That's what I'm saying. Like, Murphy, dead or alive, you're coming with me. Like, he's like, his personality. In real talk, it might not matter. Andy Ruiz already exposed what he needed to expose. He already is feeling confident. So right now, it might be too late. Fighters need to decide this early on in their career before they lose. See, that's the mistake these fighters make. They get stagnant with training, and then they switch. Like Devin Alexander just switched to Roy Jones and got knocked out. But at the same time, Dominic Breazeale switched to Virgil Hunter and got knocked out with Wilder. But that's the thing is I can't blame Roy for that. I can't blame Virgil Hunter for that. They only had like 8 to 12 weeks or something with these people, or maybe a little pre-dry run or some shit. That's not enough time, I'm telling you. That's why they're putting Joshua through the ringer, bro. They putting him through the ringer because he's gonna have to figure it all out. And he's not okay. What is Joshua gonna do, bro? Joshua, like, real talk. Like, I love the conversation like this. We get to see who the fuck knows what they're gonna do. What can with how bad the fight played out? What is Joshua gonna do in the rematch? He already told you he's keeping the same exact team, so that's not changing. He's keeping the same team. So no changes there. What is he going to do? He already weighed 260. What is he going to do to his weight? Does he go up and weigh more and be more stamina? Or does he try to drop too much weight? And like, what is he going to do? What is he going to do with his weight? What is Joshua going to... Listen, what adjustments do you honestly see him making in 4 or 5 months? What's he going to do with his weight? He weighed 260, whatever. What's he going to do with his weight? Go up, go down? Let me know. See, y'all don't want to talk real boxing. I'm trying to talk real boxing. What is Joshua? This is just guess. There's no right or wrong. What is Joshua going to do with his weight? Does he go up from what he weighed in his last fight, or does he go down, or does he stay the same? What's the game plan? He would be smart to cut down to 235, in my opinion. James is trying to get him knocked out, for sure. Shout out to James Souza for trying to get AJ knocked out. Bro, he just weighed 260 something. If he dropped down to 235, that's a lot of weight in 4 months. You're trying to get him knocked out. No, James wants to see AJ, knocked out. Bro, he just weighed high 260s or some shit. Or whatever he weighed. Going down to 235. in 4 months. That's a lot of weight, bro. And it's see, Liz, you got to understand weight is weight, but it's different if you're cutting weight to pose for photo shoots and pictures versus fighting somebody. How you going to cut that much weight and you don't know how you're going to feel at that weight? Joshua's been carrying himself at much higher weights for a long period of time. So if he drained and got down to 230, aesthetically he might look like in great shape, but what's his punch resistance? Like, you know, he only has 4 months and you're talking about cut 30 plus pounds? Go down to 209. Okay, y'all trying to get him knocked out. That's what's up. 209, bro. Fuck it. Why don't he just go down to Christian Bale and the Machinist? He gonna look like Christian Bale doing them pictures with his rib cage out, bro. And Eddie Hearn gonna be like, for 32 cents a day, you too can save an AJ, bro. Y'all trying to get him on a Sally Struthers commercial. Y'all tripping. 50 Cent did it. Bro, you guys aren't listening. I just clarified that. It's different if you're doing it for a movie role or a photo shoot. Nobody's punching you in the fucking face and 50 did it. So that's perhaps some of the stupidest banter that I've heard. It's different when you're fighting somebody. You can get down to whatever weight you want and pose and, you know, do muscles and shit and do a photo shoot. Can you comfortably operate? What's your stamina like at that weight? You guys are telling the man to drop 30 plus pounds and just hope. Andy Ruiz weighed 268. He might come in at the same shit. 235, 230 and all that. You don't know how Joshua's going to hold that weight. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. Now it's do or die. You don't have no chance to figure it out. You just whatever. You're not doing the tune-up, so it's just whatever weight you end up at. AJ was 247. Was he? Maybe I'm confusing it with Ruiz. AJ was 247? Oh. Still, y'all talking about 230, that's 17 pounds. Okay, so you want him to drop 18 pounds. I don't know. I don't know how that's to be. 18 pounds in 4 months. I'm not saying it's impossible. Yeah, 209 is still 40 pounds. That's what I'm saying. Like, anyway, okay, put it this way. To wrap the weight part up, it's a dangerous proposition because whatever you weigh, you're going to have to figure it out at that weight. If you feel sluggish, then oh well. If you can't take a punch at that weight, then oh well. That's what I'm saying. Listen, Wilder fought when he fought Luis Ortiz, he was like 219 or something. And then he lost weight in the Fury fight. He was 209 later that year. And then in May, he weighed 220, mid 220. So that's like that was like kind of right around, well, not the 209. That was like pretty low. From December to May, he put on the weight. And that's putting on weight versus subtracting weight. So he can, you know, it's different. You can eat a slightly bigger portion of quinoa or some shit. Then cutting weight's a whole different thing. Oh, okay, yeah. 214, then 209, and then 223. Exactly. Yeah, man. I don't know. Playing with weight's different. It's dangerous, especially when you're talking about someone pushing 30 about to cut weight. You know, if he's been operating that, because you can't just look at his last fight, 247. What did he weigh before that at the Povetkin one? You know what I'm saying? 250. So it's like, I don't know. So let me look at it. Anthony, if you guys could smash the like button. How much is 17 stone, 8 pounds? St- 17 stone. 17 stone, 8 pounds, 5 ounces. Somebody do the math. That's how much you weigh for the Povetkin fight. $250 for his last 3 fights before Ruiz. Exactly. So he stayed in that mark, and now you guys want him to drop 15 to 18 pounds for a rematch. Good luck. Because like I said, feeling in the gym a certain type of way versus under the bright lights, 2 different things. So what is AJ gonna change in 4 months, 4 or 5 months? Team staying the same. It's dangerous to cut too much weight. I don't see how it benefits him to gain weight. If you had stamina issues with at 247 or whatever, what are you gonna do at 258 against a guy with hands that fast? So realistically, what's he gonna do in that amount of time? This is why people like myself, Bob Arum, David Price, massive risk. That's why people are saying this. Because it's do or die. Whatever he does, he's going to have to hope it works. And if it doesn't, then he's not going to be regarded as who he was before this, period. So it's a lot of pressure on him, especially if it happens on a Showtime or Fox card and it's a PBC bill. Now you're on someone else's card. You're not going to have a bunch of Katie Taylors probably and a bunch of, label mates. What is he change? You know what I'm saying? He keeps his right down, which I told you, and he got caught with the left hook. I mean, what is he going to change? Like, what major changes do you think he's going to? And then on top of that, he's already back in the gym, and he's not talking about fighting until November or December. So he could run the risk of overtraining and, being too committed. Confidence-wise, what type of confidence do you think he's going to come out with? I'm just saying, like, it's not impossible, but it's just not. It's not looking good to me. Not looking good. Who's going to be more confident, Joshua or Ruiz? That's a given. Ruiz is experiencing stuff. Joshua been living the life. He just gave the life to Ruiz by losing. He didn't give it. Ruiz took it, but you get what I'm saying. Joshua has no defense. His head movement is right there in the center. So he's going to just get a lot. Listen, and this is the thing. Okay, let's say he starts implementing head movement, right? Harder to hit, but you're running out of energy. Within the 3rd, 4th round, he looked done energy-wise, right? So doing something that, just like when Canelo got on his toes more than we've ever seen in the first Golovkin fight, he looked tired by the 5th round or so, 6th round, because he wasn't used to using that pace and using that much foot speed. So what is Joshua going to do? A bunch of head movement and then try to knock him out? Other thing you have to understand is this. Andy Ruiz has fast hands. Joshua was well acquainted with that. So how is Joshua going to be confident to walk his man down and go for the kill, knowing going for the kill? Like, I'm telling you, this is the worst possible situation that could have happened. Just think of what a mind fuck this is. He hurt Joshua, hurt Ruiz first. Going for the kill is what got him fucked up in all the trouble in this whole fight. So you think he's going to not have that in his mind when he's throwing his combination punches? Boxing is 95% mental. Do you honestly think that Joshua is going to be able to abandon everything that happened, not overtrain, fix his head movement, fix his stamina, and then go in there cool, calm as cool as a cucumber, and have the confidence of walking down someone he knows has faster hands than him. It's just a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's not as simple as people make it seem. Like, oh, it's a fluke. See, the bottom line is the fluke. If you want to call it a fluke, the fluke already happened. So now you have to pick up the pieces from that point on. You can't just say it was a fluke because you already let the fluke happen. You feel what I'm saying? So everyone got to see that Joshua, when it came down to who had more heart, we seen how Ruiz responded, and we all got to see how Joshua responded. That's already out there in stone. So it's too late. There's no, oh yeah, if I hurt him, then I'll just be cautious. You should have did that in the first fight. So it's going to be a difficult path for Joshua to pull this one off. Especially with more pressure. He was already hired a sports psychologist. The fight, you losing probably gave Al Heyman more control and Andy Ruiz's team more control, unless they put very specific things in the contract that kept them in the position of power. The other thing people are sleeping on, and I probably should talk about more, Joshua's stamina was trash. In my opinion, part of Joshua's stamina was trash is because he was put in a position where he was embarrassed, he was hurt, and he panics. He's almost like a panicker. Look at anytime he was under fire, he didn't have really no answers. It was a half-ass clinch. He was like this, like gunshots rang out. You know what I'm saying? Floyd, I have never, listen to me, I have never, in 51 fights or whatever Floyd got, never seen Floyd under pressure respond like Joshua. Ever. No matter who. Bigger, smaller, faster, fat. I have never, ever seen Floyd Mayweather respond to somebody's pressure or someone landing a good shot like I seen Joshua. Never have I ever seen it. He was like, you know what I'm saying? Like he looked like someone just pulled out a burner and started busting. Like even when he gets hurt, like it's all written on his face. Like Floyd is so calm. Shane Mosley cracked him one. And he grabbed Shane. He's not like, Floyd is strong, people. People always say this pillow fit. Floyd is fucking strong, bro. You got to have strong legs because his leg buckled a little bit, but he kept his base. Joshua is 6'6" and huge, and he gets, and I know it's the heavyweight division, but he gets cracked on the temple and he loses all of his, like everything, The same thing when Klitschko knocked him out. Like when he fell, he was like his face and everything, it's like extreme, and it makes y'all laughing, bro. I'm being serious. Mosley cracked him and Floyd smiled. Exactly. Kovalev dropped Ward and Ward got up and smiled. Like these guys are all hitting per capita. Kovalev can hit in the light heavyweight division. Shane Mosley can hit at the 47. And Floyd was like, smiling. Joshua, like it just seemed like he panicked. Like you don't. Like it seemed like something Martin would do, like on the Martin show. My Lord, like with these Dragonfly Jones and these. Like what the fuck? Like he's doing hella shit. Silence. Like what the fuck? Joshua would be like just doing hella extra. Like, hey, bro. Silent. You shouldn't be worried about the lights. You should be practicing on your arts. Now get in line, boy. Oh, it's like that? Yeah. and my obedient servant, Kenji. Learning from the master is your pay, pun. Yeah, dragonfly shit. But anyway, the part I should have talked about more is when he started gassing out, Ruiz didn't headhunt. Ruiz was fucking up Joshua's body. Joshua is not ready for them body shots. Bro, Wilder, listen. I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. Wilder would hurt this man, Anthony Joshua, bro. Wilder's been working on his body shots. He's been working on his body shots. He was landing some good body shots, bro, on Tyson Fury and shit. Bro, Wilder's 1-2 in his right. Joshua would be lined up for that. Bro, Wilder would hurt this man. I don't know what the fuck y'all think y'all seen. Joshua, you know how the people say a puncher's chance? That's Joshua has a puncher's chance. You know, catch Wilder in the, in the middle of doing something or going for the kill or something. But Joshua's not even that type of counter puncher in under fire. Look at how, listen, Andy Ruiz is this big to Wilder, who is this big. Andy Ruiz, it didn't even look right how he was backing up Joshua. Andy Ruiz is, yeah, I know he has fast hands, I know he has heavy hand stuff, but Andy Ruiz is, like, bro, Andy Ruiz is like backing up this behemoth, and Joshua's like, man, get off me, get off. It looked like Mike Epson when he was telling his girlfriend Eva Mendes and All About the Benjamin, man, they try to walk up. I was like, man, get off me. She's like, baby, you can't fight. Like, Joshua looks like there's no drills ever been done for what to do under fire at all, ever. So if Wilder, who hits harder, is trying to pile it on, I don't look for Joshua to be throwing counters. Dominic Brazil even took some penitentiary chances. I was there. Brazil was like, wow, and he caught Wilder because he just hit him with like a overhand right, and it kind of backed Wilder up for a second. He hit him with like 2 rights, just like, I'm gonna go out swinging. Joshua doesn't. I haven't really seen him do that. When like Floyd, when Cotto's like coming, got him on the ropes, Floyd's like this and he's trying to catch and shoot and like catch him in between. You feel what I'm saying? Like he's trying to catch him in the combo. Danny Garcia is another person who will catch you in between your combo. Amir Khan, eesh. Danny trying to hit you with that hook. Eesh, that. Amir Khan, eesh. And Danny just, okay, yeah, in the middle of that. Bow. Joshua's not doing that. Joshua is a front runner. If he's winning, and like Joshua is more so a type of fighter from what I've seen that's taking turns. No, it's my turn. Bow. And then if he hits you in that sequence, like he did Povetkin, then he's going to get you out of there because he's strong. But he's not like this Juan Manuel Marquez where Pacquiao's trying to put it on him, and then Marquez is just and dropped him and stopped this attack and this onslaught. I personally did not like what I seen when Joshua was under siege. He's like, like he getting jumped or something. So if he's doing that with Ruiz, Wilder hits harder. We already know that. So the Wilder fight would have been terrible for him. Because the only way that you could save face is to do what Dominic Brazil tried and try to get this motherfucker off you by trying to counter, try to slip something in there. Wilder be going ham when he got you hurt. And he's trying, and the thing with Wilder that scared people with Wilder, he's fast and you don't know what the fuck to protect because Wilder's like, when he hurts you, he might shoot the upper. He hit Ortiz with the uppie. But then he might like try to hit you with some overhand. Bro, this man, shout out to my dude Eric Kelly. I got to re-put up his interview, bro. He called this shit too, like I've been telling you. Eric Kelly, he was breaking it down. He's like, nah. He said, all that shit that Wilder be throwing, he said northwest, southwest, it's hard to, and this is a boxer that boxed with Andre Ward in the amateurs. It's hard to defend against that, bro. And then not to mention he has power to one punch can knock your lights out. Wilder, like I said, Joshua, unless Joshua got off first and hurt Wilder first, or yeah, that's it. He would have to get off first and then hurt Wilder. Because Joshua's under attack doesn't really do well. Backing up, he doesn't really do well. Stamina, he doesn't really do well. Tyson Fury told you this too, though. I was at the Wilder Fury fight. He was like, he said, I'm the Gypsy King, so I was able to get back up, but Joshua would have got knocked out. If that had been Joshua, he would have got nailed. He's like, because he don't move like me, which is a fact. Tyson Fury is 6'9", playing games and shit. It's a bit harder to connect because you don't want to underestimate him. Tyson Fury is a fool, bro. Tyson Fury put his hands behind his back after he got dropped like a motherfucker. Tyson Fury, something's not right with him. Like, he's like halfway insane, bro. Bro, he's playing games and shit. He put his hands behind his back after Wilder floored him. Something's not right. Joshua would never do that. Because Joshua don't know what to do when he's under attack like that. It's an uphill battle for Joshua to come back. Believe you me. And Tyson Fury said that AJ quit, just like I told you. And it's hard to live up. So, like, you could say whatever. Eddie Hearn, sparring went great, and the dad was just tripping, and there was no bruises. They can say whatever they want, but those are things you can't fake. You got to live with that person. So if you in your heart know you quit and you want it out, you know that internally. So nothing Eddie Hearn says is going to be able to. Is it going to fake yourself out? I told you Andy Ruiz being so small. See, Joshua, you know what Joshua is like? Like what I said with the front runner? This is actually true. I don't know the exact percentage. You guys look it up. They did a study and they said a lot of A students, listen to me, this is actual fact, like scientific studies or case studies, I guess you can say. They did tests where they said people who are like valedictorians and A+ students, a lot of times don't reach this level of like Elon Musk and like CEO Jeff Bezos level of success and end up working for C and C+ students. Like people who were in high school were C+ students. The A+ student ends up working for them. They said they attribute it to this. Some people are academic smart and they can read, comprehend, and memorize things. You know, they can read chapter 1, 2, and 3 and then remember and memorize the information. So when it shows up on a test, they remember it and they can kind of recite it, get straight A's. Versus the C student might not be as good at memorizing tests and information and stuff, but the C student might have a bit more ingenuity, creativity, the ability to improvise. Versus the A+ student, if you have a pop quiz or something, that might throw them totally off because they're immense studiers and they need time to prepare. Versus the C student could kind of wing it and probably do good, but the A+ student is going to be freaking out because they're used to structure and stuff like that. So you kind of have to be somewhere in the middle, And I had to tell myself this. I always got good grades, except for when I like started being a class clown and just fucking around. But I have kind of OCD when it comes to like being a perfectionist and wanting certain things a certain way. But you can't get that way like too much because you have to be able to improvise and adapt and adjust. So Joshua seems like fundamentally, he's like an A student. Like, he got a gold medal, he trains hard and looks the part and stuff like that. But he's not ready for little subtle changes or pop quizzes. You feel what I'm saying? His pop quiz was Andy Ruiz, someone he wasn't training for. Now you got to switch gears from a 317-pound Gerald Miller, right, to a shorter and faster-handed Andy Ruiz, and those type of little adjustments throw him off. Joshua needs, like, he's too by the book. I told you, just look at his personality. He's too by the book, too stiff. Floyd Mayweather, it don't matter if he was supposed to fight Zab and you put him in there with Robert Guerrero. He would beat them because Floyd is the master of adjusting. Floyd will adjust. If he was judging for like a southpaw like Zab and then he's fighting Robert Guerrero, he's going to adjust. Anthony Joshua, to me, is like I said, too by the book. So he's like, oh, I study for Gerald Miller, and Miller does the 1-2, so I have to hit him with an uppercut. You know, it's like too by the book. And it's like he's thinking, and you can even see when he fights, like against Povetkin, you can see him thinking. Some guys don't look like they're thinking, like Teofimo even. Floyd, they don't look like they're thinking. It looks second nature to him. Joshua, it feels like you can think. Someone said robot. It's like you can see him trying to figure it out. Like when Povetkin was hitting him, he's like, oh, shit. Oh. You know, like he's weirded out by that. He don't process information like some people, like elite. He don't have that killer instinct. Like basketball. Kobe is more of a clutch killer than LeBron. It's just what it is. They're both dope players, but Kobe got that switch. That motherfucker would turn it on and score 81 and facilitate. You know, people always compare LeBron James to Michael Jordan, which is fucking stupid if you know basketball. LeBron James is more Magic Johnson. He had that court vision. He's a great ball handler, obviously. He could facilitate things. His passing is on point. But Kobe is more like Michael because they had that killer instinct. They had that it factor. Flu Game Jordan was just yesterday. This motherfucker had a 103-degree fever and was shooting buckets to the point of finna die. You can't teach that. Floyd got that gene. Kobe got that gene. You know? Sometimes LeBron, especially as he was developing earlier, you the team leader, you LeBron, and he wouldn't take that game winning because he don't want that pressure to fall on him. Kobe taking the shot, you know, unless he wasn't open or something. Even if he's not open, Kobe gonna take the shot. You feel what I'm saying? AJ is no Kobe. You know, he's no Kobe because he don't have the ability to just switch on like that. That's why any sudden changes, like a change of an opponent, you know, change of like Wilder taunting him, I feel like all that threw him off. So I really believe the panic attacks, to be honest. Wilder doing all that to bother him, Wilder doing good 2 weeks, his mind is not ready for that. He's like, oh shit, I have to, and Joshua don't even make it sound believable. Oh, I do not compare myself to Wilder performance. I only have mine. Only mine. It don't even sound believable. He said he didn't want to compare Brazil opponent to Wilder's performance. You knew there was pressure because of what Wilder did in the same city, right? You know that. And he did want to compare because he literally said that I hope Wilder knocks out Brazil after me so I could say I knocked out Brazil. See, the fact that he even cares about that shows you his mentality is kind of weaker. Who gives a fuck if he knocked him out before? Honestly, I'm telling you, Joshua mentally, I don't think he's mentally like where he needs to be at the elite level. Why do you care if Wilder has a different style? Why do you care if Wilder knocks him out before? That's insecurity, bro. That's like me worrying about one of my ex's new boyfriends. I hope he doesn't treat her as good as I treat her. I don't give a fuck about. I don't give a fuck how he treating her. What the fuck? To me, that's kind of like a beta male trait. To me, you know, why would you care if Wilder knocked him out? You think Floyd gave a fuck if Pacquiao knocked out Ricky Hatton sooner than him? He did it first. What are you tripping off? Floyd knocked out Ricky Hatton before Pacquiao. Floyd don't give a fuck if Pacquiao knocked him out in 2 rounds. Casual fans might say some shit. But Joshua let his insecurities show too much. Oh, I hope. Why would you say that? I hope he knocks him out after me so I can say I knocked out Brazil beforehand. You did it first, so who cares? You know? You were the first person. You beat the undefeated Brazil. Why would you care about what another man did years later? Insecurity. Oh, man. Like I said, do you guys do that? Like if you had an ex-girl, I hope his sex game isn't like my sex game was. I hope he doesn't... I hope he doesn't have better sex with my ex than I did. Who cares, bro? I don't give a fuck about no shit like that. I don't even think about shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I hope he's not a better kisser than I was. I hope she don't like his kiss. Man, who thinks about shit like that? I know I don't. Y'all beta males might. I don't think about no shit like that. You think about your ex and she with a new dude, you're like, oh, I hope he's not kissing like I could kiss her. You know? I hope his kisses don't feel like my kiss. Man, I don't give a fuck about none of that, bro. I don't give a fuck about you or him. Fuck both y'all. Thug life. That's my comment. Thug life. I don't care what nobody talking about. I hope his kisses on her neck ain't as soft as my kisses were. What? Man, fuck all that. You talking about I hope Brazil get, man, fuck all that. Who cares? Like Devin Haney. He fought Mason Menard, beat him. Ray Beltran wasn't like, oh, I hope Devin Haney knocks him out after I knocked him out. And you didn't hear Devin Haney say, I hope Teofimo knocks out Mason Menard in longer time than me. Who cares? It's boxing. Different styles make fights, different camps. Who cares? And it's one thing to think it, but Joshua says what he's thinking all the time. He said we called him type of dude simps. True that. The Vampire Stream. Man, I don't be worried about what y'all be worried about. I mean, who does that type of shit? Like, I tell you, I used to work at Lowe's, right? I don't give a fuck about nothing. What I don't care about them. I'm out here living, covering boxing. I don't give. I hope the new department manager is not keeping the department cleaner than me. I don't care about that, bro. You know how long Lowe's was ago? You know what I'm saying? Hope he doesn't stalk the boxes like I stalked the boxes. I hope he's not a better stalker than I was a better stalker. I hope he's not. It's weird. I hope he's not getting more hours than I got when this is just weird. All of that. You got to look to the future and look, I use the past, but use it sparingly. I don't that's why I don't see him being the same fighter, because I think his personality is going to make him dwell. Why is he back in the gym, bro? I don't know, bro. It's just weird. This man had a concussion a week ago, and he's in the gym. You don't need to be in anybody's gym doing it. Like, chill. Like, why? Sit down. Like, you already muscle bound. Like, yo, abs showing through your shirt. What are you doing? What do you need to be doing this for? He hitting the pads and showing the world. That's what I'm saying. All that type of shit. He trying to pop wheelies and show, yeah, I can pop a wheelie after I lose all my belts. Look, guys, that don't seem right to me. That don't seem reasonable. Don't seem real. And it seems like a front. So if he keeps fronting, then I'm definitely picking Andy Ruiz, because that looks like someone who's internally hating, right? And is trying to mask it. And that feels weird to me. Andy Ruiz ain't doing all this shit, bro. Andy Ruiz is not fucking riding tricycles and all types of shit and popping wheelies and Bro, he looks like he's living the same life but better. Hey, y'all gotta chill, bro. I'm trying to conduct the show. So what's it? That photo he posted flexing with the smile. What the? That's what I'm saying. Like, look at me, guys. I lost everything in America. Like, what? You happy? You like the fact? Like, doesn't seem real, bro. And then your own manager throwing you under the bus or promoter. Eddie Hearn said he ain't left the house in a year. I mean, not a year. That's extreme. He said he ain't left the house since Thursday. I mean, it took him till Thursday to leave the house, bro. What? Eddie Hearn said that. So what do you flex? What is that flexing part? Like, motherfuckers, like, come on, bro. And it's cool to be a role model, all that, but you gotta take time for yourself. And then this why it feels fake. Or maybe he watched my video. He popped a wheelie, and disappeared. He ain't posted nothing since. Look, that's why I feel, bro, Joshua, it doesn't feel real, man. Look. Okay, he posted this, then he posted his team, then he posted him smiling, then he popped the willie and ain't posted nothing since. Like, bro, you was making it like you was having hella fun, and then you just you just disappear for days. Like, it's just weird, bro. No, to people like that's man, it's just weird. It's just weird. There's no other way to put it. It's like Juicy. What's the name? Juicy Smollett. When they found out he was lying and shit, he probably dipped off of social media too. We know why you dip off of social media, but that's like him. Everyone's like, "Oh, you fucking liar," and he's just posting flexing pictures and shit. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, Juicy, you goddamn fucking liar. Like, they saying cool shit. Like, you lost all your belts and you flexing on the gram and smiling like you wanted to lose. Like, it's just weird. And then you start the video where you were shooting bricks and you said, "Yeah, I'm really pissed off now that I think about it." Bro, Joshua is conflicted. He is really conflicted in his head about what he wants to be represented as. Look.
No apologies, no excuses, baby. Wow, yeah, man. Pissed about the fight. Looking at it now. I can't shoot, people. I can't shoot. So tell him where we're at. Tell him where we're at. Ref, tell him where we're at.
Bro, Joshua needs to leave everybody who if you're on everybody on this team, he needs to, bro, he just said he seems so unnatural. It's amazing. He said, "I can't even shoot b-ball. I can't even shoot b-ball." Why did you go to a hoop court then? Like, who does this? Like, honestly, who thought they're like, "Yeah, we know, do it for the culture. Go to the hoop court." Like, it's like somebody put you up to this or something. It's just really weird, bro. He just said, "I can't even shoot b-ball. I can't even shoot b-ball." Why'd you go to a basketball court then? Like, that's like me going to a bingo hall with all these old people and shit. I can't play bingo. I can't play. They're going to be like, "Sit the fuck down. What did you come here for if you can't play? I don't even like the game of bingo. I don't know how to play bingo. Why? What is up with bingo? I don't know how to play blackout bingo." Why did you come to a bingo hall? Like, it doesn't make sense, people. Whoever PR person or whatever is telling them to do this, "Yeah, we need you to connect with the blacks." The Black Channel? Why won't you go to Harlem and shoot hoops? Like, whoever told you this seems super staged. "I can't even shoot b-ball, but I came to a hoop court with no basketball." And he looked so out of place. Like, he said, "Hey, ref. Like, that ain't a ref. That's a nigga in a Kango. What are you talking about, ref? Bro, did you hear? I know bro had a LL Cool J Kango and he said, hey, ref, where we at? What? So let me get this straight. You don't play b-ball, but you went to a hoop court. You don't know where you're at, and you're calling some dude from Uptown a fucking ref, and he missing teeth probably, and he got a Kango on. What the fuck? Listen.
Hey, looking at it now. I can't shoot, bro. I can't shoot. So tell him where we're at. Tell him where we're at. Ref, tell him where we're at. We're West 4th Street. West 4th Street, yeah.
Bro don't even know where he at. Ref. He talking to old Rough Rider members and shit. They used to be with the clique, you know, in drag on videos. Cause I'm the opposite of H2O. Now you know, fix your wrinkled face. My eye impress more than clothes. And girls, I love it when I meet her, might eat her. But when they act up, it's like Turner, Tina. Like, you with the Rough Riders, bro. What the fuck, bro? And girls, and when I meet her, might eat her. But when they act up, it's like Turner, Tina. Like, you, cause I'm the opposite of H2O. Now you know. Do y'all niggas bust your gun? Hell yeah, we bust our gun. Till you fuck until we go down. Just for the north, south, east, west. Rider's gonna show you how to ride a... That man said, ref. Ref, where am I at? That man said, ref, where we at? No, where are you at? They know where they at. Where you at, bro? You a long way from Kansas. Yeah, he talking about ref. That motherfucker got a bucket hat on. Kango and shit, bro. Yeah, who told him to do that, bro? AJ thinks it's real refs at Foot Locker. Hey, y'all trying it, bro. Y'all doing the most. Exaggeration, experience, block him. That's what's up. You a rat for sure. The motherfucker said, I'm not a rat. You a rat. The fact that I am not a crook. Yo, Richard Nixon looking ass. You a rat, bro. Please stop. You might have been actually AJ and shit, the way you wrote that long ass novel that nobody's gonna read. He was like, yeah, whether we like it or not, AJ calls the shots, and none of us can dictate what he's feeling inside. Hey, bro, you definitely a rat, bro. What are you talking about? You try to come with that Hallmark message. Hey, bro. He said, I'm black. I'm black, by the way, too. The black child. Oh, yeah. They be writing them long ass messages. You wrote all that just to get blocked, though. That's crazy. Like, I'll be hot, bro. I wrote this long ass Stephen King novel just to get blocked. He was like, yeah, I used to be a counselor, and I can sympathize with what AJ's going through. Bro, listen to me. Matchroom, Eddie Hearn, AJ, they all did this to themselves. Nobody else. Nobody, like, there's nobody in America that came and just said, yeah, let's talk about AJ. They did this, bro. Eddie, I told you. Eddie said Wilder sold 6,000 tickets, but we still ain't got no attendance for Joshua Ruiz. Eddie is in everybody else's numbers but his own. We can't figure out what any of the numbers are that he has, but he in everybody else's number. Look. Look at Eddie Hearn, bro. He said, in my empire, do it. I dare you. Don't just talk about it, do it. Y'all created this, bro. 321,000 views 2 months ago. And look, he said, go ahead, knock Joshua out. Come on, in my empire, do it. Don't just talk about it, do it. Come in my empire. Yeah, you said Matchroom will be done after AJ loses. In my empire. This is literally what this man said. He begged for, it was to Wilder, but still, he begged for someone to end his empire, bro. He said, come on, do it. In my empire. Don't just talk about it. What are you doing? Listen.
Knocking out Anthony Joshua ends the Matchroom empire. End the fucking empire. Do it. Do it. End me. End me. Let him knock Anthony Joshua out. End Eddie Hearn. End him. Do it. Don't just talk about it.
Bro, he just said, knock out Anthony Joshua. Do it. Don't just talk about it. Do it. In the Matchroom empire. Do it. Knock out AJ. Andy Ruiz took a bite of Snickers. Don't mind if I do. And knocked out AJ, bro. I'm telling you. He said, end it. End the Matchroom empire. Knock out AJ. Beat AJ. Bro, he was going ballistic. He said, end it. End it. Ruiz ate a Snicker like, oh, you want? I heard you was looking for someone to end it. Eating Snickers, bro. Bro, you lost to somebody eating movie theater snacks. Shit that we sneak into the movie theater, bro. Joshua's built like fucking Mario Van Peebles and Solo. Like Mike. Bro, he built like Universal Soldier, and he lost to a motherfucker sneaking in movie snacks with movie theater butter on the popcorn. That was mad smaller than him. Like, you know, not weight-wise, but at least height and reach and shit. And he's like, end it. Do it. Yeah, end my shit. Yeah, knock out AJ. Oh, Andy Reid is like, don't mind if I do. Al Heyman Sosa sent that killer. I'm done with these comments. Bro, this is a legendary L. This is a cautionary tale of how to catch an L in boxing, bro, on so many levels. There is so much that could have been done wrong. So much. Joshua could have actually fought Wilder. And if Wilder would have fought him, then he would have made more money, 50 million plus 50%. And even if he got knocked out, it would be more understandable. People wouldn't be making memes about, hey, I'm never working on my core and all this other bullshit. They would have just been making fun of the knockout. Now they're making fun of the knockout plus, you know, the body types and shit. I'm canceling my gym membership, you know, and all this shit. That's one thing could have been different. Eddie could have gave us the fight we want. He's saying, oh, we're about to sue if Dillian White doesn't get. Bro, Arum just did an interview and said, good luck, Eddie. He said they're not stopping shit, basically. Go watch the interview with Bob Arum. He basically said they ain't stopping shit. He said, he said Dillian White's time has passed. Bob Arum a gangster, bro. He's like, good luck, Eddie. Dillian White, his time has passed. It's over. Bro, Bob Arum a gangster, bro. He said, good luck, Eddie. He didn't even have to get into it. He just, you know, good luck with that. That makes Eddie look bad. What if Dillian White loses to Oscar Rivas and you threaten the WBC? So now your fighter is definitely not going to be number one rated if he loses to Oscar Rivas. And you sitting up here threatening the WBC with legal action. Bro, that's horrible. That's horrible. If Dillian White loses, that's going to look horrible. Because now you got to just live with the fact, I got to live with the fact I did you wrong forever. You got to live with the fact that you just challenged the WBC in that way. And then they probably won't put him back in the rankings, or they'll rank him fucked up because you did that. You're not doing a service to your fighters doing all that talking. Let me tell you. Then the other thing is this. Al Heyman is the most powerful guy in boxing. Bob Arum is a powerful guy too. And they're trying to work together to give the fans a rematch that we want to see. Wilder Fury, if they both keep winning. Eddie Hearn, is like the Grinch that stole Christmas. And he's saying, no, you won't be able to fight. Not on my watch. So Wilder Fury 2 needs closure. Eddie Hearn's trying to come between that. So that doesn't even put you in a good position with boxing fans. You guys would rather see Wilder versus Dillian White over the rematch that was left on a cliffhanger with Tyson Fury? Like, honestly. Who's rated higher who's respected higher in the UK? Tyson Fury or Dillian White? You know what I'm saying? And he's threatening to get in the way of that fight. And see, the thing that Eddie Hearn doesn't realize is this. All this incessant talking makes you look worse and worse and worse. Here's why. When you talk and then it actually happens, people don't just forget. Like they said in the movie Superbad, people don't forget. People don't forget. So when Wilder Fury is a thing, if both fighters keep winning and it goes down, then you're going to look bad because people are going to revert back to, you said this wasn't going to happen. So now when it does happen, what do you look like when you said you were going to be able to stop it from happening? Kind of like old media. Remember how old media said nobody likes Wilder and he's nobody? And then now Wilder's on the Forbes list. He's the third highest earning boxer this year, just behind Anthony Joshua. Joshua's number 2, Canelo's number 1, Wilder's number 3 for this year. But they said nobody knows Wilder. And then now with Joshua losing, because this was an updated list, Joshua losing, who do you think stands to become number 2 highest earning boxer? Maybe the guy with knockout power who everyone's fucking with, who keeps going viral, that keeps winning. This blew up in old media's face, something vicious. And they weren't prepared for it. And then what's making it worse is Eddie Hearn doing all this talking about this stuff. And Eddie's under a microscope right now from fans, from Dazn, from new media, everybody, right? So everything he says can and will be used against him in the court of new media, right?
Nothing.
Right? So Eddie Hearn said that Dillian White versus Oscar Rivas was an eliminator. You guys hear me? Testing 1, 2. Eddie Hearn says the Oscar Rivas White fight is an eliminator for the number 1 spot with the WBC for Wilder's belt. I ain't heard nobody else outside of Matchroom, Rematch Room, Slave Room say that. I ain't heard nothing from the WBC where they said there was an eliminator. So where is this coming from? Please let me know. Who said that was an eliminator for Wilder's belt? I understand WBC silver, Dillian White has that, but who said it was an eliminator for the number 1 slot outside of Eddie Hearn? Can you guys hear me? Any anonymous guy said nobody. Fury's fighting in Vegas. Who said it was an eliminator outside of Eddie Hearn? I ain't heard the WBC. I ain't seen no articles or anything corroborate that the winner of that fight is the number 1. Who said that? Where did this come from? Okay, now this was Sky Sport put yesterday. Bam. Ooh, set y'all up. Crucial. Verify page. Give him a break. All caps. Former WBC heavyweight champion Frank Bruno says Dillian White deserves a world title shot and give him some tips on the pad. Bro, they got Frank Bruno begging for Dillian White to get a title shot. This is sad for Matchroom, Rematch Room. They have Frank Bruno begging for Dillian White to get a title shot to stir up some shit. But why is he asking for a title? Give him a break. Why are they saying give him a break and asking Frank Bruno to petition for White to get a title shot with the WBC if what Eddie Hearn says is true and this is an eliminator? Explain that to me. Why do they say give him a break and have Frank Bruno asking, saying, oh, yeah, Dillian White deserves a title shot. Someone should give him a title shot. Wilder should give him a title. Why do they have that if you just said the Rivas fight with White is for the number one mandatory? The Reds just killing you with something else. Why didn't White fight Ortiz? That's already something else. Bro, that's sad. Because they're trying to create the narrative, bro. We see everything. Look, they got Frank Bruno saying, yeah, he deserves a title shot, bro. Give him a break. Former WBC heavyweight champion, they tagged him. Frank Bruno says Dillian White deserves a title shot and gave him some tip on the pad. Bro, they got Frank Bruno like co-signing Dillian White title shot. But why does he have to do that if the Rivas fight is an eliminator for the number one mandatory? That's what literally what Eddie Hearn just said. Somebody explain this. Like Dominic Brazil knew he was a mandatory, so he didn't get Evander Holyfield to be like, oh yeah, give my boy Brazil a shot. Old media is sad, bro. So it looks like they're trying to create this, petition of fans who care about Dillian White to get a shot. And Dillian White ain't even got past Oscar Rivas. So it's like, why are we even talking about this, especially before that fight? He said Frank Bruno ended up in a mental ward, so hey, y'all crazy. Explain these things. That's how I know it's desperation. Eddie said White versus Rivas is for the mandatory. Why do you need someone to co-sign? You should be owed it. That's what you said. And the funny thing is, even if Dillian White Rivas was for a mandatory and Dillian White somehow became a mandatory, how is he going to get the shot when they've already confirmed that Tyson Fury and Wilder are fighting in the first 3 months of the year? How? They were talking about February. If all goes well with Tyson Fury's next couple fights and Wilder's next fight, then they're fighting in February roughly. So Wilder just completed his mandatory, good for a year up until about May, June. So how on earth is Dillian White going to get a mandatory shot? When can he get a mandatory shot? He hadn't even got past Oscar Rivas, which, again, we have to see how that plays out. But I'm just saying, even if he does get past him, they're talking about Wilder Fury fighting in February. So why would the WBC piss off Al Heyman, piss off Top Rank to appease Dillian White and Rematch Room? See, so it's like Eddie is playing a game that he can't win. There's no way he can win this game, bro. You think the WBC is going to be bullied by you because you mad about Devin Haney didn't get the shot and Lomachenko's getting it? You know, because you keep saying, oh, we're going to sue. What is he going to do? What are you suing for? Wilder's not due up for a mandatory for a year. The WBC ordered Wilder Fury 2 earlier this year, and Fury had other plans. So why would they, bro, there's clauses that they have in their mandatory processing where their counsel and their hearing can, for the greater good of boxing, make exemptions and exceptions. Period. I'm pretty sure all the sanctioning bodies have that. So remember when Kell Brook was supposed to fight Errol Spence? He had been waiting. Kell Brook finally fought Golovkin and got his eye messed up. And then he got a medical exemption. So Errol Spence had to wait. Didn't want to fight nobody because, you know, why risk it? Why risk, you know, not looking good or losing a ranking or anything? So I don't see why Eddie Hearn keeps doing these interviews. I don't see how he's going to win this. I want to see Ruiz Kaunaski. That's a good fight in New York. In real talk, I like Dillian White as a fighter, but he's not fighting the people I want to see him fight. And they just think he done so much. Fight Gerald Miller before he tested positive instead of Bogdan Dinu. Fight Luis Ortiz. Those would have been, okay, you kick down the door for a title shot. He fighting Derek Chisora again. You know, the Oscar Rivas fight, we haven't even got past that. I could have done without Lucas Brown, Derek Chisora 2, and Joseph Parker coming off a loss. Now we're getting somewhere. Shout out to Huddy. Eddie Hearn thinks the public perception will somehow be swayed by his constant jabbering. I'm telling you, listen to me, ego, I blame most of the UK. You guys created this monster. You guys accepted this. You guys didn't ask enough questions. UK media didn't, drive home some of the same points, refused to do this. When Eddie Hearn is doing all this, oh yeah, come fuck me up. You're masturbating in your Transformer PJs. Listen to the cameramen. They're laughing. They're laughing at these Eddie Hearn jokes and shit like that. And meanwhile, it looks foolish because nobody else, like Bob Arum and Al Heyman, are playing these like little kid games. Eddie Hearn just turned 40. He's just turned 40, and he's like in love with the camera, and certain shit could have been handled better and facilitated better, but the way it was handled has put him now in a position, and people are supposed to feel sorry for that. Joshua's in a do or die situation. Dillian White must win, because they keep stressing this mandatory shit. Bro, everybody's in bad shape over there. Katie Taylor, she wants an immediate rematch with a girl that beat her. Everybody's in bad shape. This is all coming down at once, and I know he couldn't have anticipated this. And the worst part about it is Dazn is allowing it. Nobody's telling Eddie Hearn, like, yo, chill. It's like he keeps doing it. It's like he wants to keep doing it. All right. Keep doing it with the American takeover. We'll see. This doesn't look like an American takeover. It looks like American flop. American Pie, that's what it looks like. It don't look like no takeover. Name the takeover. What did he take over? He ain't doing better numbers than Wilder for his heavyweight. His heavyweight is in a do or die fight next. Al Heyman got another heavyweight champion. Where's the American takeover? The power is in America. Wilder got belt and Ruiz got belts. So how's that? That's the opposite of a takeover. That's the American surrender. You just surrendered all your shit. Like Drexel in True Romance said, but you already given up your shit. You see, I'm still a mystery to you, but I know exactly where your white ass is coming from. See, when I ask if you want some dinner, I start chowing down. I say to myself, this motherfucker, he carrying on like he ain't got a care in the world. Who knows? Maybe he don't. Maybe this fool's such a bad motherfucker. He ain't got to worry about nothing. He just sit down and watch my motherfucking TV. Y'all better stop before I get on my acting shit with this monologues. Listen here, Charlie. None of this bullshit is necessary. I ain't got no kind of hold over Alabama. You see, when I ask if you want some dinner, you start chowing down. I say to myself, this motherfucker carrying on like he ain't got a care in the world. And who knows? Maybe he don't. Hey, Marty, go get the van. Bring your Alabama dumbass back here. I think I'll keep Loverboy here in the team. Hey, Gary Oldman was a beast. Fuck what y'all talking about. Eddie Hearn can't manipulate new media. LOL. Bro, it's bad. Bro. Everyone's saying this. And he keep doing it. That's cool. If that's how you want to run your business, that's good. But it looks like a panic job. And he's somehow trying to spin Joshua losing like he wanted that. Oh, yeah, Joshua needed this. No, he didn't. So you wanted Joshua to lose in America. Bullshit. What can I say? That's my time, people. We the gang, we the gang. Hearn got them old 1999 old media spin tactics. He learned from old daddy's. Wow, he's an old daddy slave master himself. That's what I'm saying. All them old shit don't work. This is the new media, digital age. People are paying attention. You can't get away with that same stuff. They acting like cameras don't exist. Like they just say whatever, and people forget, and people aren't gonna remember stuff. It's like I watch a lot of like hood, like gangster movies, like gangster flicks, crime, like Casino. When the feds was on the people in the casino, in Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci, they was on the phones talking like this, so the cops couldn't read their lips because they know there were stakeouts and hiding in vans and surveillancing them, right? They had phones bugged. So you got to know when the spot's hot. You got to know when the spot's hot. The spot's hot for Hearn, and he keeps doing more of the same stuff. Like if they bugging the phone lines, and then Hearn's talking about the transactions and the trafficking, like it's nothing, but the feds is bugging the lines. It doesn't make sense. New media, we bugging the lines. Like, how are you going to openly talk about this stuff? Like, why is Hearn, instead of really getting some resolve with his team and like figuring out what the next step is like, why is he even doing this? And once again, I notice a pattern. See, I'm just willing to say the shit. Eddie Hearn does not do this with American media. All the proper gags and propabolics and all that, I don't see him do this as much with American media. Like the real, in my empire, go ahead, end it. He don't do, I never see him do that when Blue Blood's filming him or something, someone from American media. I never see him say, oh yeah, Wilder's going to knock out AJ, end it. In my empire, do it. Why don't you do it? Don't talk about it. In my empire. He's not doing that. He's saving that for the UK to rile them up. Because that's who he wants to see it. But, if that's what you want to do, you want to be the man in the UK and not worldwide, then I don't understand what the whole point was to be the American takeover thing. He never, like, I ain't interviewed Eddie in a long time, bro. Or been anywhere where I ain't even seen him. But the times I have, he wasn't talking like that. That's what I'm saying. They let the fame or something get to his head, like the camera, the people, the gags. I don't know. It's like he let it get to his head where he's like, forgot about the business. You still, like, where the fuck is Kell Brook? Where's Kell Brook at? Where's his career? Who is he? Like, what happened to Fowler? When's he coming back? Where's Ted Cheeseman, bro? And Dazn, listen, I blame Dazn too because they're allowing it. They're allowing Triple G to just fight, Spaghetti Sam and all these other motherfuckers, bro. So I blame Dazn too. John Skipper got all this money, got Eddie's number on speed dial, and he just allowing Eddie Hearn to keep doing this stuff, these interviews, to appease the UK fans and rile them up, and it's not making them look good. It's not killing the competition. Al Heyman in Top Rank. So, you're an accomplice. DAZN is an accomplice to this. And then when they wonder why they have to keep raising their prices, you're not correcting the situation. You're letting Triple G get 15 mil to fight Steve Rolls, and if Canelo doesn't pick him, then he's gonna fight Spaghetti Sam and all that. I mean, if this is what they want to do, then this is what they want to do. But new media's here. We're gonna keep talking about it and keep talking about what's going on. But if Dillian White loses, if Joshua loses again, man, it's gonna be looking ugly. And I noticed the pattern. The UK, in my opinion, some of the people representing them, they got big-headed when they had that big year where they had like 14 active champions. That's when it really started, but because they're like, oh, this is a new hotbed. We back. British boxing is live and popping. That 14 champs is now down to like 6. And not that long ago, this was like a couple years ago. They had like 14 champions all at once. That shit got sliced in half. Half! Like Eddie Murphy said, half! Shout out to Bakuda, $2 super chat. Next fight will be Triple G versus Glass Joe, LOL. Facts. He gonna fight one of my shooters or something. And that's when they really, because they thought the UK was the new hotbed. I told you, everything's popping in America. UK, shout out to them. They're great. But the money's in America. Wilder told you that. Ego told you that. Whatever. And they choose to worship stuff. Like, it's like the UK, I'm not even trying to be rude, but the UK is like living in their own fantasy land when it comes to this boxing shit. You live in fantasies, nigga. I reject your deposit. We shook Dre's punk ass, now we out of the closet. Mob Deep, wonder why nigga blow them out. Next time grown folks talking, nigga, close your mouth. Peep. It's like they're living in the fantasy land, bro. Because the when I look at some of the videos to report on like what's going on, is Eddie Hearns is saying all this, oh, you're masturbating in your Transformer PJs, and they're like, ha ha ha, Ed, propaganda, you did it, Ed. But nobody else is looking at him like that. Nobody else is moved by that. Nobody else is like finding it amusing. But the UK is loving it. And I hope he's doing it for them, because they're going to be the ones that support him. I told you guys, that's not going to work over here. So you could do all of that, but you're trying to break through a new market, the American market. So how is that going to work when the gags that you are doing is only appealing to where you're from? If that's British humor and the Brits like that, that's cool. But it's clearly not working in America. I take this war shit deeply. He said, can't do far to let these bitch niggas beat me puffy. Let's be honest, you a punk, you will see me with blood. Bro. It's not working here. So it's like they need to re-strategize, regroup, something. All that Transformer PJ and I'm suing this person and these clever gags and stuff, nobody is moved by that. If Eddie Hearn does the same exact, if he's doing the same exact interviews and he do it to American media, I guarantee you it's not gonna, the love, the likes and dislikes is not gonna look the same. The comments are not gonna look the same. So it's like you shouldn't just be in a place where you lie to yourself. That's it. Never lie to yourself. You can lie to others, but don't lie to yourself. Period. It simply is not working. Like, Bob Arum is not amused by this shit. He's just trying to take you out of business or, one up you. Same thing with Al Heyman. These dudes, listen, while Eddie Hearn's doing hour-long interviews talking about proper gags, his fighter just took a huge L. He hasn't been building up Kell Brook. We don't know where the fuck he's at. Kell Brook was supposed to be on this Joshua card, and then he pulled out. Ted Cheeseman just lost. Katie Taylor really lost, but they gave it to her. Tommy Coyle lost, right? Fowler was supposed to be someone to check for a loss. Josh Kelly didn't look good. You know, Dillian White's in a tough fight. Bro, it's like, is this really what you should be doing right now? Do you get what I'm saying? Terry Flanagan, I think that was his guy. He just lost. Anthony Corolla got stomped. Lomachenko about to fight Luke Campbell and probably be the favorite and probably win. You know, Katie Taylor wants to rematch the girl who just beat her. Like, bro, are you worried about hour-long interviews? That's crazy. And it's not even talking about nothing. Meanwhile, while he's doing that, Bob Arum and Heyman, who were thought to be sworn enemies, Bob Arum just said on the Crawford Con, Al Heyman's blocking fights. Meanwhile, they're in cahoots to put together Wilder Fury, which could open up the floodgate to Crawford and Spence, or maybe even like Crawford, Danny Garcia, these types of things. I don't know what Eddie Hearn is doing right now. And you guys keep supporting that behavior, good luck. We'll see how long, you know, because it's like it's becoming a laughing stock. Nobody taking it serious. Joshua's in a do or die fight. You should really probably be worried about bringing him back the right way, and if this is the right decision to put him in with Ruiz. But instead, he'd rather be on a rush to the camera. Like, you know, oh yeah, Luis Ortiz, like, he spent all this energy trying to convince people that Luis Ortiz ducked AJ, right? Oh, we gave him $7 million, and I'm gonna triumphantly expose him and Ortiz's team, and I got the texts and emails. Luis Ortiz is at least your problem. He's fighting Wilder. Joshua just lost. Now, after you just lost to a 5-week Ruiz, even though you're saying that Ortiz ducked you, it's good that you didn't fight Luis Ortiz, because let's vote. Based on how Joshua looked, if he would have switched to Luis Ortiz, would Joshua have beat Luis Ortiz? Put the last name. Put Joshua Ortiz. If 5-week Ortiz signed up, took the $7 million or whatever, who would have won? Based on what you've seen, who do you think would? If it wasn't Ruiz and it was Ortiz that actually signed up, who would have won? Who would you have favored? Ortiz stops Joshua. He uses a catch and shoot style, and he's a southpaw, which is what Ruiz did at times as well. Ortiz by knockout. Ortiz. Exactly. And I would have picked Ortiz too. So, while Eddie's so focused on bashing Ortiz, the unthinkable in his mind happened, and Ruiz beat him. So you did all this energy, and you didn't even, you know, check in on your fighter to make sure camp was going good and, you know, pick the right person. You picked an outsider with Al Heyman. Now they running around with all the heavyweight belts, bro. Ortiz would have stopped Joshua, especially if he had that type of camp. And then Eddie Hearn was up here, oh yeah, I'm going to triumphantly destroy Ortiz's team, and AJ will stop Ortiz in 3. Bro, he didn't stop Andy Ruiz in 3, who's smaller than AJ, who's smaller than Ortiz, is not a southpaw, and probably more flat-footed, to be honest. Luis Ortiz can get it, and Eddie Hearn was talking about Ortiz will get stopped in 3. That's what I'm saying. It's just a bad look, man. Bad time for Rematch Room. Nobody believes that stuff he was saying. I know I sure don't. Ortiz, I think Ortiz would have stopped. I think he would have stopped. I don't think Ortiz would have got caught like Andy Ruiz did. I think Luis Ortiz would have stopped Joshua worse, to be honest. No disrespect to Ruiz, but I think he's a southpaw, and Joshua seems, like I said, like a test taker where he needs to study and stuff. He's not expecting the pop quiz and Johnny on the spot. Those things wouldn't be good for him. Those things wouldn't be good switches. He would have to switch to a whole southpaw. So that's what I'm saying. You got to worry about what you put your energy in. You put energy in Wilder's numbers, 6,000, into shaming Ortiz. You did all this, and none of that matters because now you have to pick up the pieces with your own fighter. That's what shows me the arrogance. Because if you weren't arrogant, then you probably would have had more time to focus on, you know, having a successful event and checking in on Joshua, seeing what was happening with Dueco and those types of things. But you out here thinking Joshua's invincible.
Then I told you, I thought he was a bit flat. I think he needs to be tested. Inactive. He didn't box for a year. And now tonight.
Eddie, tonight next to you, John Ryder.
King Kong Ortiz, is it true you offered him 5 and he turned it down? That's a lot of money.
I offered him more than that, my friend, and you'll find out next week.
But why would someone put it out there that they turned it down? So it's not true.
But then when I told them I'm going to expose them, they said, oh, actually, yeah, they did, and, you know. But don't worry, because I'm sick and tired of people trying to pretend that Anthony Joshua is the one ducking fights, when these guys are the ones that are shit scared of Anthony Joshua. Some people are even sticking needles in their ass to try and beat Anthony Joshua. So, you know.
I would say that the heavyweights are lined up to get
That's what I'm saying. Eddie Hearn was doing this, you know, this tour, this AJ tour, but not focusing on the actual parts that needed to be focused on. That's how I feel. You know, Bob Arum he's trying to get Tyson Fury. Like, first of all, Bob Arum can't fight for Tyson Fury. Eddie Hearn can't fight for AJ. I get that. But you can still focus on what the stuff Hearn was doing was adding more and more pressure to Joshua. Luis Ortiz will get stopped in 3 rounds. All right. You putting pressure on him. And then if that was the case, like I told y'all, why didn't you fight him? Why didn't you pick Luis Ortiz? And then the week of the fight, Wilder announced he's fighting Luis Ortiz. Eddie Hearn said, why do we have to see that rematch again? Wilder already won by knockout. Why do we got to see the Andy Ruiz fight with Joshua again? Joshua looked horrible, and Ruiz already won by knockout. Wilder Ortiz was at least competitive. Answer these questions. During fight week, when Deontay Wilder announced that he was fighting Luis Ortiz, Eddie Hearns had a problem with it. He says, why on earth should anyone want to see that again? Oh, and they're putting on pay-per-view? Oh, my gosh. Why should we watch that? You know, Wilder already knocked him out. Okay, Andy Ruiz already knocked your fighter out. Why do we got to watch that again in November, December? Bro, he's trapped. Media is dead. I told you. He's trapped. Luis Ortiz and Wilder was competitive. Some people thought Wilder was afforded more time, blah, blah, blah. Eddie Hearn said, why should we watch Luis Ortiz Wilder again, which was competitive? AJ got slaughtered by Andy Ruiz with 5-week camp. Why should I watch a 10-week camp Ruiz fight AJ, who just lost in that fashion? See, but the UK keep getting Eddie Hearn. They don't ask him none of these questions. None. That double talk don't work over here, Eddie. Facts. Big facts. Them ting. Told you. New media. Man, Joshua, I think he would have got stopped worse if he would have switched to Ortiz. And they knew it. That's why Eddie Hearn couldn't wait till there was turmoil on the asking price so he can run to tell the fans that Team Ortiz ducked and try to alleviate the pressure because he knows people think that AJ been ducking Luis Ortiz. Block King Kong. I'm not even spending my time. Bye, King Kong. We gonna knock you off the Empire State Building. Fuck what you talking about. He wants to bring up a technicality. He said because Joshua has a rematch clause. No fucking shit. Duh. I know he has a rematch clause. But Eddie didn't talk. It's not about a rematch clause. Eddie says that Wilder knocked out Luis Ortiz, so why should anyone have to watch that again? Because the outcome was already clear as day. That's what Eddie Hearn says. Rematch clause or not, his statement was, even though it was competitive, we already have a concrete verdict, knockout by Wilder. Why should we run it back? So rematch clause or not, Joshua did a million times worse than Luis Ortiz, and it wasn't competitive. So why should we watch that again? Just because there's a rematch clause, that means we got to watch it again right now? When he did nothing. Joshua literally did nothing outside of the third round that made it look like he can beat Andy Ruiz. Nothing. His best is he had a two-piece combination, uppercut followed by, I think, a left hook that sat Ruiz down, and then he started losing worse than he was already losing in the first 2 rounds. He was backing up even in the first 2 rounds. His jab didn't look like he wanted to commit to it, bro. He looked like he was not ready to be there. He is like, and that's the worst thing for Joshua is that he had this night, because now it's already exposed what happened. It'd be one thing if you had a bad night, but then you turned it around and got the knockout or something. Like Lucas Matisse versus John Molina, where it was more competitive than it should have been or than people thought it was going to be, but you still got the knockout. That would have been something. He went out there and lost and quit. There's no living that up. And he's like, oh, yeah, I could fight and make it right here. What's going to be the difference? What's the X factor? You're already strong. Your weight was good. What are you going to do different? But now you have demons on top of anything else. Anything you carried in as an undefeated fighter, now you have a reason to be gun shy. Now you have a reason to be like hesitant. Now you have a reason to not commit. So what's the difference? What's the X factor? That's what I want to know. What's Joshua's X factor? So he's just going to go out and plow through Andy Ruiz when Andy Ruiz has all the ebb and flow, all the confidence, knows he can hurt Joshua even when hurt. Man, if I'm Andy Ruiz, I would train 6 weeks on hitting Joshua's temple. I would fight guys who are 6'6" or whatever Joshua is, and I would practice doing nothing but temple shots, because he hit Joshua on the temple and he was discombobulated. So that would be my go-to point. I would be looking at how to set up that temple shot. That's what I'm saying. There's already a blueprint on what to not do. And now the thing is this. Now Joshua can be mentally fucked. They're not giving him a chance to build back up. Like, okay, shit. They're just throwing him right back in there. So you got to just figure out everything and hope it goes well. Man, I will have a temple shot camp. I promise you. Nothing but temple shots. Joshua is not. Some guys just got your number, people. I think Andy Ruiz being shorter hurts him. Just like I told you in the 7 reasons. He's not used to fighting these short guys. These new modern heavyweights are bigger than like 6'4" or bigger. 6'4" or bigger. Andy Ruiz looks like he's 6'1.5". So Joshua's kind of crouching down. He's like big. Like there's a part in Pumping Iron where Arnold, he's like 6'2" or whatever. And he said a lot of the little bodybuilders, he's like, they flex like this and they want to, they want to be like this. And he's like, but the big guys that get on stage, he's like, show them. And he's talking about how the little dudes, it's like pose different because they got short arms and stuff. And he said when the big dude will come and, show the whole lats and the whole spread, and it looks different. It looks better. So it's the same thing. Josh was used to fighting guys a little bit bigger, 6'4". Gary Cornish was like 6'6", 6'5". Dillian White, 6'4". Gerald Miller was 6'4", 6'4.5", right? Klitschko, 6'6". When he fighting these shorter guys, he different shit. He start fighting small and shit. He had no head movement. He didn't want to commit to his jab. Bro, he was scared of Andy Ruiz's hand speed. He knew Andy Ruiz. He watched my 7 Reasons probably, and still fell victim to it. Andy Ruiz has fast hands, so he didn't want to leave himself out there too long. And fighting scared, that's the worst thing you could do, because other fighters sense that. You know? He wasn't fighting tall, no head movement. So what is he gonna do? He's just gonna be this newfound, because he's in the gym already. He's gonna be this newfound aggressive fighter, knowing this guy can hurt him, knowing if he gets reckless, he can get sat down. I don't know. I just feel like everything's leaning towards the Ruiz side. Why wouldn't he be gun shy? Just answer that. You know how hard it is to know in your heart this man can hurt me because he showed that he can hurt me, and then abandon all that and do what it takes to knock him out? And then Andy Ruiz needs more credit, people. Andy Ruiz deserves more credit, everybody, because he didn't headhunt. The short-ass dude with short arms didn't headhunt. He was fucking Joshua's body up. Joshua has stamina issues, like I told you, and them body shots was fucking him up. Because after he got hit to the body, I think was the round where you're like, oh, why do I feel like this? Why do my tummy hurts? Why do I feel this way? Why do I feel such a way? It's because you were already tired, you were concussed, and he didn't just hit you upstairs. This is why Joshua quit, bro. Because Andy Ruiz is a talented fighter, mixed up his attack, stood his ground, and it was him in that moment standing his ground, fighting fire with fire. We seen who was the lion, who was willing to come up out of that ring, and who was willing to, get taken out. It's clearly Ruiz. Andy Ruiz was like, yo, it's either him or me. And that's how he fought. Joshua don't have that. Like I said, Kobe, killer instinct. Jordan, killer instinct. I don't feel Joshua has that. As big as he is, he doubts himself. He guesses. Now, if he was already doing that before, what the fuck is he going to do in a rematch? Try to outpoint him and fight scary like Steve Rolls was doing Triple G? What's he going to do? And then try to move, and then get tired from moving to, man, Joshua cannot make no type of mistakes. Oh, my tummy hurts. Why? Who has some Mylanta and Pepto-Bismol? Joshua don't have that X factor, in my opinion. What is he going to do? His weight was good. He looked like the best shape that he could. What is he going to do? Just come out super confident and fuck Andy Ruiz up? Like, how? What? It's not. Somebody break it down. I'm tired of breaking it down. The man was like, what did he hit me with? Never a good sign. Your fighter doesn't even know what the fuck he's getting hit with, bro. How's that a good thing? So that shows how Joshua deals with kind of pressure and stuff. What was that? Me and Jenny. What, bro? You have to stay composed in those situations, I would say. So I don't really see what Joshua's X factor is. Like this magical, change. What? And like I said, I think he quit. What do you think is going to happen if you're not answering the ref and you're looking out to space? And he's keeping the same team, so he's not making no switches. What is he going to do different? They're going to train him the same way, but they're going to be trying to look for Andy Ruiz punches. What's that going to do to them? Boxing is fluid. You got to be natural. You can't like Roy Jones, for example. He's been knocked out before. He still fights like Roy, though. Like, even when he was fighting old, like when he was fighting older at an older age, he still puts his hand by his, by his waist and shit. He's still taking those chances, even though he's been knocked out. Joshua's personality, I feel like Joshua's going to be a lot more cautious, a lot more living in his head, a lot more reserved. And that's not good because Andy Ruiz keeps punches coming. And bro, this was the worst thing that could happen, Joshua. Period. Andy Ruiz didn't even have a full camp and he did this, bro. And when Joshua, he would go back to the ropes and just like give in to the assault. Who does it? Like I'm not even trying to be funny. It almost looked weird to see this guy in that, the way, the look, to see someone 6'6", and then you see this muscle bound dude just falling back into the ropes, like it's like your girlfriend beating you up. That's what it would look like if you were walking to your apartment and then you look at the house, above you or whatever, up the stairs, and then you see his girl wailing on a guy, and he's like, "No, stop!" That's what it kind of looked like in those moments where Joshua was under siege. It kind of looked weird. So that he can't erase that. So if Joshua's backed up, I don't see this being a good fight. But does he have the confidence to keep plowing forward and to set up stuff? I mean, we'll see. We'll see. That's my time. We working.